weekend, I am getting familiar with another artist which I have never heard before, and that is Van Morrison. Well, that's about all I know. And I'm thinking of the name, Van Morrison. When I hear Van Morrison, I think, Van what? Dutch? Not Dutch. Sir George Ivan Van Morrison. Okay, so yeah, it's not Van Morrison. It's Sir George Ivan Morrison. Is a Northern Irish musician, singer, and songwriter whose recording career started in the 1960s. So I was way off. He has scored top 10 albums in the UK in 4 consecutive decades. Since turning 70 in 2015, he has released, on average, more than an album a year. Oh, he's still busy. His accolades include 2 Grammy Awards, the 1994 Brit Award for Outstanding Contribution to Music, the 2017 Americana Music Lifetime Achievement Award for Songwriting, and inductions into both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. In 2016, he was knighted for services to the music industry and to tourism in Northern Ireland. Well, this sounds like it could be interesting. Brown Eyed Girl was released as a single in 1967 and is considered to be Van Morrison's signature song. Let's listen. I like those thirds.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came. Down in the hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey.
Oh, I like that.
Skipping and a jumping.
Listen. The guitar. The way it's set with the beat. The guitar is doing a sort of skipping rhythm. Dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, dum. Right on time with laughing and running, skipping and jumping.
Playing a new game.
Yeah.
Laughing and a running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning fog with our hearts that thumping and you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow? Gone down the old man with a transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall. Slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl.
There's something carefree about this. It's the accompaniment, the musical instrumental accompaniment to this is so consistent, and it's rather light, although there's quite a bit of bassy activity going on there. Yeah, bass is running around a bit, but I think it's more to do with the rhythmic consistency, which is very light and carefree, and we can just kind of be carried away by it. But the way it interacts with what's being played by the guitar, or perhaps I should say rather, the way the guitar interacts with this consistent rhythm, and that bass giving just enough activity under there to keep it from feeling stagnant. So we end up with a sense of motion and freedom and play, and it feels fresh. It feels like stepping out in the early morning air when it's brisk and fresh and you just have to take a deep breath and it puts a spring in your steps. It's that kind of musical feel to it.
You, my brown-eyed girl. Do used to sing sha la 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 da, just like that.
Just like that. Oh, I like that.
La dee da.
Nice. Oh, I like what happened in the drums there. Hold on. Just a small detail, but it had a huge impact on the music.
La dee da.
It's the way it's working with the bass. Again, the bass is an important part of this song. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
So hard to find my way.
That's nice.
Now that I'm all on my own, I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la?
What a happy, fresh piece of music. And I think that, well, it's a great example of a song which, well, as you've heard me talk about, sometimes music paints the text. And I talk about the details. Sometimes there is something that happens instrumentally or melodically or harmonically, which just brings a phrase alive. This is a different kind of marriage between text and music, because there are not very many moments in the music where it feels like the music is intentionally doing something specifically for a certain line of text. It's more about the overall mood and experience, feel of it. If I were not listening to the lyrics, if I were not following the lyrics, I would still feel this utterly carefree, fresh, bright mood that is so much the fundamental feature of this song. In that regard, it does paint the text, because the text is all about looking back and reliving, remembering a youthful, perfect life. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came, down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and running, skipping and jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a-thumping, and you, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesdays so slow, going down the old mine with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight, laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall. Don't you love that line? Hiding behind a rainbow's wall. Slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you. It's reliving that period, that time in one's life, when the world is fresh, and love is fresh, and everything is alive in bright colors. Not a lot of deep, complex, profound thoughts and experiences, but neither is it superficial. It's just genuinely happy and innocent and alive. That is what this music is doing such a beautiful job conveying. And as I pointed out, the guitar and the thirds, they caught my ear early on. And although the music didn't really do a lot new along the way, it perfectly preserved and carried through the sweetness of thirds, right? Thirds are an incredibly sweet interval. They sound so innocent, so happy. You can make them sound nostalgic and yearning as well, but they just have this very fresh feel to them, and it was the perfect choice for this song. Same with that skipping rhythm, dum da dum da dum. Let's go back and hear that early on, just to remind ourselves, because da da dum. So it's working off of the G chord. It's that skipping motion. Da da dum bum 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 bum. Da da dum bum bum da da dum bum bum. And that becomes such an important part of the music as well. Small things. It's the difference between a perfectly nice thing, tune, melody, accompaniment, instrumental, that sounds perfectly fine, and one that suddenly has a spark in it that brings everything alive. This song, for all its simplicity, has that spark, which is perfectly suited to the lyrics, because again, life was simple back then. It shouldn't be complex, because life back then was not complicated. It was simple, and it was free and fresh and spontaneous. And so I think those are some of the things that make this music feel so good, feel so happy, and at the same time, make these lyrics come alive. And we feel not as if we're looking back with yearning and heartache and a nostalgia that is lost in the mists of time. It's not that kind of looking back. It's more of a reliving of that experience. A memory that is still fresh and alive and vivid. So we don't feel like we're looking back at a time past. We feel like we're there in that moment. And we can relate to it either as something that was part of our lives once upon a time, or perhaps is part of our lives now, depending on our age and our life experience. When the voice comes in.
Hey, where did we go?
Hey, where did we go?
Days when the rains came.
It's all about the guitar, the bass,
a new game.
And the texture of the rhythm.
Laughing and running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping and you.
Beautiful, charming, and so alive. I love it. So that is my first Van Morrison song that I've heard, to my knowledge. And I'm incredibly curious what is coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.